Hola a todos, espero que ustedes se encuentren bien. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre los verbos preposicionales en español, pero en este video vamos a centrarnos en los verbos que se usan con la preposición con. Okay, so we're going to look at verbs that require the preposition con in Spanish. This is the second video on prepositional verbs. All right. So what is the meaning of con? Con means with. So that means that con is used to describe accompaniment by someone or something. So generally, this is what con means. So we're going to look at about, I think there are about 10 verbs on this list. Well, obviously you can only see 6, but in this video we will address 10 verbs that require the preposition con. And remember, when it comes to prepositional verbs, the meaning of the verb does not really change. Okay? The con is more of a complement. It's not something that you can add to, as an option. It's a complement. It completes the meaning, right? So uno. Soñar con, to dream about or to dream of. Of course, if English is your native language, you may be tempted to say soñar de or soñar sobre, but those do not exist. The preposition is con. The correct preposition with soñar is con. So, for example, anoche soñé contigo. Last night I dreamt about you. And of course, when we use con with, we don't say con tu, we say contigo. Right? So that is an exception there too. Sueño con ganar la lotería. I dreamt about winning the lottery. That's right. So we can use, so the con can be followed by a noun or a verb. Okay? But just remember that soñar is used with con and not de. That's very important. All right? So that's the first one. Soñar con, to dream of or to dream about. Dos, casarse con alguien, which it means to marry someone. All right? Now, we don't use a, even though it may seem that a is the correct pronoun. We do not use a, we use con. So, casarse con alguien, to marry someone. Juan se casó con su novia. Juan married his girlfriend. Yep. We don't say se casó a su novia. Se casó con su novia. Quiero casarme con Thames. I want to marry Thames. Yeah. If you don't know who that is, Thames is a Nigerian singer, very attractive woman. Yeah. So even though this is an example, this is actually true. All right. Casarse con alguien. Tres. Contar con, to count on. Nuestros alumnos cuentan con nosotros. Our students count on us. Yeah? Of course, we will be tempted to say contar en, but the expression is contar con. Cuento contigo, I am counting on you. It is also worth noting that contar con can mean to possess or to have, right? So that's another meaning that can be created. In this case, it is a synonym of tener. So for example, este país cuenta con muchas atracciones. This country has many attractions. Or we could say, este país tiene muchas atracciones. So, contar con could mean to have and in that case, it is a synonym of tener, right? 4. Acabar con alguien or algo. So acabar con alguien means to kill someone, essentially, and acabar con algo means to put an end to something. So for example, el sicario acabó con el soplón. The assassin killed the informer, or informally we would say snitch. So soplón, snitch, informer, right? And vamos a acabar con el acoso. We are going to put an end to bullying. So you see, acabar generally means to end or to terminate. So the con is just completing the meaning. All right? It doesn't change the meaning. Yep. So acabar con alguien or acabar con algo. All right? Let's look at this side. See what we have over on this side. So 5. Amenazar con. To threaten to do something or to threaten somebody with something. Alright? So, la maestra amenazó con darnos una detención. The teacher threatened to give us a detention. Yep. That's right. And mi madre siempre me amenaza con una paliza. My mother always threatens me with a beating. So I wanted to give you 2 examples of the meanings. So on one hand, we could say to threaten to do something. In that case, we use a verb. And on the other hand, we can also use the second meaning, which is to threaten someone with something. And in that case, we would use the noun, right? Muy bien. 6. Quedarse con. Quedarse, to keep something. So if we use quedarse with the con, we are talking about keeping something. All right? So, los niños se quedaron con los juguetes. The children kept the toys. Yeah? No queremos que te quedes con nuestro libro. We do not want you to keep our book. Yeah? So, quedarse con algo means to keep something. All right? So, these are 6 prepositional verbs, or these are 6 verbs that require the preposition con, and we continue. Bueno, seguimos. Número 7. Cumplir con. That means to fulfill or to satisfy. Tú cumpliste con los requisitos. You fulfilled the requirements. El policía cumplió con su deber cuando rescató a la mujer. The police officer fulfilled his duty when he rescued the woman. Eso es, that's right. 8. Disculparse con alguien. To apologize to someone. So of course we would be tempted to say disculparse a alguien, given that we use the personal a when we have someone as the direct object. But in this case, disculparse is used with con, right? To apologize to someone. So, tengo que disculparme con mi profesora. I have to apologize to my teacher. Not, I should have put this in red, but yeah. So just imagine that this, yeah, we're in red. Also here, let me just, yeah. So I should say con and con. All right. So the next example. Necesitamos disculparnos con Susana por haberle mentido. We need to apologize to Susana for having lied to her. Yeah? So disculparse goes with con, not a, con. 9. relacionarse con, to connect to or to relate to. Just like the previous example, we may be tempted to use a because that sounds more natural if our native language is English, but in Spanish we use con. Puedo relacionarme con esta situación. I can relate to this situation. Likewise, lo que dijiste se relaciona con todo. What you said relates to everything. And finally, encontrarse con alguien means to meet up with someone, or it can also mean to meet someone, okay? So, ayer me encontré con Rafael. Yesterday, I met up with Rafael, or I met Rafael. Mi hermana tiene que encontrarse con su amiga. My sister has to meet up with her friend, or my sister has to meet her friend. So, encontrarse is used with con. All right? So, estos son 10 verbos que necesitan la preposición con. Eso es todo por hoy. Muchas gracias por ver mis videos y hasta la vista.